Excuse me. Hi, I'm Andrew Williamson. I have an interview scheduled for 11:30.
He'll be with you in a minute.
Okay.
You can sit down now.
Oh, okay.
He'll see you now.
Sorry, what?
He's ready for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, come in. You may sit down. Welcome. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing all right, I guess.
Excellent. Excellent. So, you are Andrew Robert Williamson, born April 17th, 1983 in Seattle, Washington, USA. You lived there until 2005 when you relocated to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where you've remained ever since. You obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in both engineering and architecture. You also took some writing and medical courses for extra credits. Upon graduating, you worked for Wayne Engineering for just over 3 years before the company went bankrupt.
Whoa. I'm Andrew.
Robert Williamson, yes, I know. Do I need to repeat everything I just said?
Oh, no. Sorry. My bad.
You're bad. Oh, well, that's perfectly acceptable. We've all made a mistake in our lifetime.
Sorry, not to be rude though, but how'd you know all that?
What do you mean?
Well, all that stuff you said, you just said that without even looking at my resume. I mean, you said it all by memory.
Mr. Williamson, I have to know all the pertinent information on every individual that sits in that chair, or else I cannot effectively conduct this interview. Also, seeing the reactions I get from people when I say all their information off the top of my head, the looks I get, priceless.
Fair enough.
So, you want to get right to the questioning?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Describe yourself in both a work environment and a personal environment.
Okay then. In a casual environment, I'm very laid back. I don't get stressed out on a lot of things that a lot of people tend to. I'm very sociable, attentive. I'm not very boring. Let's see here. In a work environment, I'm very dedicated to my work. Pretty much to the point of obsession. I have a very tight schedule, but I have a habit of working long hours with that.
That is good.
Mm.
Can you now tell me how this has affected the people around you? You know, friends, family, acquaintances, people important to you?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's made it tough for, social gatherings and having plans with friends, but, I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, there's always going to be another hockey game to watch, so it's not the end of the world if I miss one, right?
Tell me about your family.
Well, my parents passed away 2 years ago, and my sister lives in England with her husband.
Okay. Now, tell me about your wife, Rochelle.
Well, actually, she's my ex-wife. We've been separated for years now.
Oh. Again, I'm sorry to hear that, but then why aren't there any divorce documents?
We actually never got divorced. We
couldn't, could you?
I'm sorry, but What does this have to do with the job interview?
Whoever said anything about this being a job interview? Look, I apologize if any of this has made you feel uncomfortable, but in order for me to effectively conduct this interview, I have to know everything about you. It's just protocol. I do the same thing with everyone, no exceptions.
What do you mean this isn't a job interview? I'm applying for the office position, right?
Let's discuss the car accident.
Whoa! What'd you say?
I said, let's discuss the car accident.
How did you know that? There's no way you should know that.
It's in your file.
What file? There's nothing about me on your desk.
You don't look well.
I'm fine.
You better sit down.
Why?
Please, sit down. Mr. Williamson, sit down or you're gonna hurt yourself.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Clear! Where did you find him?
We found him on the ground at 202nd and 49. His heart stopped.
Give him the arm. Mr. Williamson, stay with us.
It's best not to lose concentration while we're doing our interview.
What the hell's going on? Where the hell am I?
Oh, between here and there.
Here and there? Will you give me a goddamn answer and tell me what the hell's going on here?
Mr. Williamson, you are no different than any other individual who has come through here. Everything will be explained in time.
Explain what?
Are you saying that I'm...
Yep.
This is gotta be some kind of sick joke. Or dream. Or fuck! Something! Isn't it? Isn't it?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Mr. Williamson, but this is not a sick joke or a bad dream. This is real.
I gotta get out of here.
You don't seem quite yourself today. Look, if you want to get out of here, we must finish our interview. Only then can I determine where you will end up.
What do you mean?
Well, the only two places you can go are from here.
And where will I go?
Well, that all depends on how the rest of this interview goes. Now, would you please take a seat?
How? Why did this happen? Why did this happen to me?
Mr. Williamson, will you please take a seat?
Shut up! Shut up! How can you sit there and show no remorse or compassion? Everything that I've worked for, things that I've done, are gone. Just like that. Like, do you have any idea what it is to regret? To have to suffer? Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now?
Do you?
I apologize in advance if I come off as cruel or unsympathetic with what I'm about to say, but you mean nothing to me. You mean nothing to me. Just like the person before you, and just like the person who will come in here after you. Every single human being who has ever existed has walked through that door and sat in that chair. It doesn't matter who or what you were. Once you're here, across from me, you're all the same. Even the greatest of kings fade with the sands of time. Ashes to ashes. Gone. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Now, if you please. Okay. Now, tell me about your wife.
What do you want to know?
How you two met, when you were married, why it didn't work out, and, of course, the car accident and all the events after that.
I was in line, grabbing some lunch.
There was this event going on. She came up to me. She was writing for the school paper and she was doing a story on the event. And she asked me if I wanted to do an interview. After that, we just kept in touch. She asked me if I wanted to go for a drink.
From there, it just clicked. After our first anniversary, I bought us an apartment in the city. A few months later, we got married. Then she got pregnant. We were ecstatic. Thrilled.
What happened after the miscarriage?
She blamed me for letting it happen. It was just a stupid accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. But after that, everything went to shit. She never looked at me the same. She treated me like I was a criminal, like I wanted this to happen.
We went to a relationship therapist. I even suggested that we try to have another kid.
But she said we should see other people. And she was gonna take everything from me. My company went bankrupt, and I was broke. She meant nothing to me.
So I drove her to a motel. And on my way to the motel, we got hit. I had a few cuts and bruises and scars. When we got to the hospital, the doctor said she was going to need to be put on life support. He said that she would never be the same again. The doctor gave me two options. Two choices.
What made you make that choice?
What would you do? What would you do if you're in that situation? No matter which choice I would have made, it would have been the wrong one. No matter what. Do I wish the accident happened? Of course I don't. But it did. And I had to make the choice. And I'm the one that has to live with it.
When you made your decision, were you aware that you'd be getting the life insurance money when she passed?
Yes.
Did knowing that information help influence your decision?
I don't know. Maybe it's not important anymore now, is it? Is that all?
Yes, Mr. Williamson. That is it.
What's it like?
What's what like?
Choosing.
deciding one's fate.
I think you know this just as well as I do. In the end, one's fate and destiny are always in another one's hands, aren't they? You can either accept it or deny it. It's up to you. Come in.